Hey guys, welcome back to Absolute Modics, proudly sponsored by Tuned and Styled. I'm Bluudies. In this show, I'm going to show you how to remove your EGR valve, clean it out and refit it. First things first, we're going to start by removing the engine cover. Put that out of the way. And now you can see we've got a boost pipe coming up from the intercooler onto the join there, onto the throttle body just under there, and there we have our EGR valve. So now we're going to remove the EGR valve. I've got two Allen key bolts on the top of mine, but I've noticed some people have just got some 13mm bolts, could even be 10mm bolts. My top two are 5mm Allen key bolts. We're going to remove the top two bolts now. They're both 13mm. I've got an EGR blanking plate on, so I've got to be careful not to lose the plate when I take these two bolts out. Once these are out, you see, this will drop the exhaust pipe off the bottom, and then all you've got to do is take the bottom two 10mm bolts out and disconnect the electrical connector, which I'll show you in a minute, and then the EGR system, the EGR valve, so to speak, is out. So then you can clean it. You'll have a plate across here with one of these little nipples on top, because that's how the engine cover sits on over here. As we know, the bolts I've taken out are not the bolts that are supposed to be in, so I'm missing this plate. So we're going to go ahead and remove that bolt and that bolt now, and then we can move this EGR system out so we can have a look at disconnecting the electrical side. That's one out. See, now it's coming loose. Just be careful not to drop any gaskets. There we are. This is loose now, so we can lift it up. Be careful not to lose that gasket there. And you pull down this little yellow tab. Press it, and then the EGR unit comes out. So let's have a look at it. That's where the electrical connection connected onto that side, because there's the little nipple that it holds onto. So that's where the exhaust pipe goes into, so that's where all the soot comes. We're running along the back that way, along the actual unit in here. It is an electronically controlled valve which opens and closes that bit, you see, to allow the exhaust gases to flow back into the manifold. So when you actually blank it off, you cover that up so it stops any of the gases coming back up and through. So you can see why it's very handy to blank it. So now we're going to clean it. What I got here is some brake and clutch cleaner, or you could use coil cleaner, or anything that's very good at cleaning. You could do with wire brushes or anything that's an abrasive. You want some good rags that you can squash in there, and you literally just want to fill it up, and then you can go to work at wiping out all this soot. As you can see, it's just coming off. The more soot you remove, the longer it'll be, you see, before you have to clean it. Now I only had this EGR system running for a couple of months, because before that it was blanked, and it got blanked after about 3 months. But as you can see, it's got a considerable amount of build up in 3 months. So as we can see now, it's starting to get a lot cleaner in there. It's all coming up all over me rag. Just going to spray a little bit more down the back. And when your finger's at the bottom, you can actually feel the valve. So if you ever take your unit off, you'll understand what I mean. So that's as clean as I'm going to get it. It's as clean as I want to get it, because as you know, I have the blanking plate on. But as you can see a lot more metal in there now, instead of it all being black. That's a bit of shine to it as well. So go ahead and put that back on. So we're going to put our EGR system back on now. I'm going to start with the electrical connector because it's easy for me to do it now. So I'll push that up as far as it will go, and push the little yellow clip back in, because that's the security clip to stop it from just undoing on its own. And then I'm going to put the gasket back around it, which might be a bit fiddly now, you might have to hold it in yourself. And then I'm going to line up one of my bolts. I start screwing that in, and we'll get another one. Start screwing that one in as well, because now my gasket can't fall off. So I'll tighten them as far as I can with my fingertips before moving on to the Allen key. Okay, so now I'm going to put the bottom bolts back in. Tell me if I pick the right bolt up. Just be careful when you're putting these in. Just if you leave the EGR system loose, you can wiggle it around like so. So you can then line up your bolt a lot easier. So you've got less chance of cross threading it. So I'm going to put the last bottom one back in. And then I'm going to tighten all these up. And just like before, in the previous video, we have the blanking plate to put back on and them two bolts. So, blanking plate, bolt through the plate. One bolt in. And there you go, EGR system's back on. So that was how you remove, clean and refit your EGR valve. If that's been beneficial for you, I'd like you to let me know, and I'll see you in another video.